Yeah, growing up, I used to think people are ripped off with replicas. People are ripped off with fake shoes. Until I started interacting with clients in Kampala. Someone DMs you and, hey, I want this shoe. And you're like, it costs this much. And then they're like, no, I want the fake one. I want the replica. I'm like, yo, you're serious? Like, why? And then they're like, it's because it's cheaper. But are you sure it's cheaper? Yeah, so people don't think about this. You're going to buy like a very low quality shoe. Let me say Uganda shillings, 100,000. And then on the third day it rains. And that's the end of the story. I mean, even if God helps you and it doesn't rain, it will give you more 2 days, and then that's the end of the story. So you find yourself, these shoes are not really cheap. In the long run, they're actually expensive. Recently, I bumped into a friend of mine in downtown. He knows himself. Shout out my nigga. Yeah. So and he was really smartly dressed up. But when I looked at his shoes, something was off. He was putting on like these Air Force Ones, black and white replicas. I think they were even like grade 4s. But he was smart up, and you can see he put effort into looking good because he takes care of his shoes. They were really clean, but they were off. They were folding. They had like wrinkles. They had folds, and then I was like, yo, you're smart, but your shoes are kind of off, bro. And people are always gonna judge you. Like the first time they're gonna look at you, they're gonna look at your kicks. Like, how are your kicks? Yeah. So I think something in him would tell that these shoes are off, but he wasn't even that confident. I mean, there are rooms you cannot access because of the way you look. There are rooms you cannot access because of the way you're dressed. Someone DMs you and they're like, hey, they actually confess. They literally confess. I've never bought a shoe before. I've never bought a sneaker before. I only have moccasins and flats and opens and all that. So I've never bought a sneaker before. I'm like, okay, congratulations. Welcome to the right plug. Lucky Nathan Fashion, the home of authentic kicks, never stop walking. The sneaker lord, all these hashtags. And then I'm like, yo, what should you want? And then you wait for the sneaker they're ordering for, and it's a purple Air Force One. I'm like, yo, you literally don't have any sneaker in your collection. And the first shoe ordering, a pink Jordan 4. A yellow Air Force. I'm like, bro, you don't have a single fucking sneaker in your collection, and the first shoe you're ordering is a yellow Air Force One. I'm like, bro, when you're buying footwear and you don't have much, look at the versatility of the shoe. Are you going to be able to put it on for as many outfits as you can? I mean, is the shoe versatile when it comes to your wardrobe? Look at your wardrobe. Is the shoe versatile? You can put on like recklessly upwards, just a plain t-shirt, But when you put on like really fine kicks, like legit kawa kicks, bro, when your footwear is locked in, you're going to shake the room. You're going to be respected. That's what I'm talking about. People think replicas are only in third world countries, developing countries here, for example, in Africa, Uganda, Kenya, and Rwanda. People don't realize that the problem of replicas is actually global. In the US, even in these industrialized countries you admire, replicas are flooding the market nowadays. It's even the problem that major sportswear brands are actually facing. Yeah, so replicas are everywhere. The one way you can solve this problem of being ripped off is having a trusted supplier. You cannot just randomly order for shoes from anyone. You know that people who like to just close their eyes, search stuff, and then be like, oh, I want this from random people. Someone just goes to TikTok, advertises a shoe, and they're like, oh, I want this. But have you taken time to understand, is this a trusted plug? Are these people, do they give authentic products? You cannot judge by the eye, especially if you don't know if you don't know shit about shoes. You cannot literally judge by the eyes. Premium sneakers, authentic shoes are not just footwear. There's a way you get a sense of self-confidence when you're putting on these shoes. You feel like you belong to certain rooms that not everyone has access to when you're putting on like $1 million shoe. You have the sense of class. You have a sense of you get respect. People look at you and be like, yeah, doesn't matter what shirt you're putting on or a t-shirt, but if you're putting on like a fine kick, $1 million shoe, bro. Shouting out to our clients, thank you for supporting us. And like I say, we're the biggest suppliers of authentic kicks in East Africa. We literally ship globally. Yeah, Lucky Nathan Fashionz, keep it Lucky Nathan Fashionz, keep it real, never stop walking. The sneaker load with you today. And I say,